very nice to see you. Thank you for visiting us.
Good morning, Mr. President. Welcome here in the Netherlands.
You brought good weather.
Yes.
Yeah.
Morning.
Secretary General.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
It's an important visit. Yeah?
Yes,
we wait for a second for the
yeah.
to welcome you in this building of the Senate today. Yeah. Shall I start? Your Excellencies, it's a great privilege for us to receive you here today. The Russian army continue to fill us that has entered a second year now. For the past 14 months, Ukraine has been fighting Russian aggression, territorial integrity, sovereignty, and autonomy of Ukraine, and on the people of Ukraine. Is expressed in a telling way in the first words of your national anthem. The Netherlands will celebrate the importance of freedom since our country was liberated on May 5th, 1945. Your country was invaded. And it translates to the war have defended and continue to defend the territorial autonomy of Ukraine. Impresses us greatly of Ukraine. My colleague from the House of Representatives several times in the past year in Dutch society, both visibly and under the surface. First remember those we lost during World War II all over the world. We will do so by keeping a 2-minute silence in Parliament. Mr. President, I wish unto you and unto all of Ukraine the hope.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to address you, to you, all of you, the representatives of both houses of the Parliament of the Netherlands, the chairman of parliamentary committees, and you, honorable speakers of the House of Representatives and the Senate of the States General. When democracy is real with a stable tradition in the country, the Parliament is the heart of such country. And I'm sure that the heart of the Netherlands today will feel what the hearts of Ukrainians long for. A year has passed since I addressed, thank you so much for that possibility, and I addressed the Parliament and the people of the Kingdom of the Netherlands for the first time. And on the 36th day of the full-scale war, I spoke about why you and I, all Europeans, the whole world should unite. Unite to defend freedom and human lives. A year ago I said that this war cannot be forgiven. None of the crimes committed by Russia, and I said that the Hague knew exactly how to bring all Russian murders to justice. And today is the time to thank all of you. Thank you, your great country and your leadership. And I'm grateful to you for the fact that we've achieved the greatest unity in Europe, which people only dreamed of for decades. And it wouldn't have happened without the Netherlands, without your leadership. Thank you all. And I'm grateful to you for helping to protect what you value. The Netherlands defends freedom, defends the rule of law and democracy, defends Europe and our common way of life, the lives of free people, free people, not at the expense of someone else's slavery, but thanks to the rights and respect for all. This is our Europe. No aggressor will now think that he can burn the values of our Europe in the fire of aggression. It seemed to Russia that Europe was weak. Well, now Russia tries to figure out how to hide its own weakness. And I am grateful to you that The Hague, a city associated with international law in the world, is becoming a real hub of justice. Justice in the name of all those who suffered from aggression and other international crimes. This is the year of our cooperation with you. And I'm here to thank everyone in the Netherlands, everyone, from the Parliament to the smallest community, from His Majesty the King and the royal family, to every citizen of the Netherlands, from the government, and to every family that helped us. My great appreciation. Helped Ukrainians who found refuge in your country. And thanks all of you. Together we're truly making life protected. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now to identify new issues, to take stock of this year. Issues that are important not only for our country, not only for Ukraine, but for all Europe and everyone in the world who values freedom the same way you and I do. And I will mention 3 points. The first one, Ukrainians are united by the desire to win. But it is not only our desire to win back what belongs to us, and we definitely don't want to grab someone else's. We want to destroy the villainy with which the terrorist state came. The villainy is when Russian anti-ship missiles strike ordinary shopping centers. Really, yesterday and the day before yesterday have been, and each week we see some things like this terrible tragedy. And the villainy is when terrorist state has a goal to leave the neighbor nation in winter in total blackout. The villainy is when Russia occupies a nuclear power plant, puts multiple launch rocket systems on its territory, and under the cover of nuclear reactors, fires at neighboring towns. All this concentrated villainy should lose together with Russia. And when the blue and yellow Ukrainian flag returns freedom to the lands occupied by Russia, in parallel with this, the terrorist state must feel that the world does not want even to cross paths with Russia and anything Russian. So yes to sanctions. So yes to Russia's isolation. Yes to the pressure on Russian citizens to make them looking for the Russian regime change in the country. Yes to sentences for the terror. Yes to universal rules for all jurisdictions to seize Russian assets and to use them to compensate for damages from aggression. We have to achieve this to the maximum to bring joint peace faster. The second point, this summer Europe has a historic opportunity to cut off oxygen to Russian revanchists once and for all. NATO July summit is quite the time that allows to remove the security uncertainty in Europe. And can you imagine that a part of your country, let's say Eindhoven or Groningen, could be outside the common security and legal space of the Netherlands in a gray zone, something like this, which will attract the attention of international criminals. It's impossible. Of course, it's impossible. It's absurd. The same way it's impossible and absurd to leave Ukraine outside of the security and legal space of our common homeland, Europe. Ukraine should receive a decision on the algorithm for joining the alliance. It is clear that we cannot join NATO now while the war is going on. But it is possible, I think, and necessary to remove the security uncertainty now. It is a political decision. Russia must see that Ukraine's security will be guaranteed in order to begin to realize itself. Russia only with its own borders. And I call on the Netherlands to make this strategically important decision of the security of Europe, decision on Ukraine and NATO. And the third point, defense means people, armed people. The more powerful the weapon and the longer the fire range is, the more lives, real lives, are saved from enemy each day strikes. So, cherishing the value of life and maintaining defensive taboos among allies who are supposed to protect life is an obvious contradiction. The longer the taboos on weapons persist, the more our soldiers give their lives on maintaining the defense when the weapons are not powerful or not long-ranged enough, or when Russian fighter jets are more effective than the aircrafts of those who really defend Europe. As of now, all this persists. Unfortunately, the taboos on weapons. Is it for a long time? It depends on all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, we remember the leadership of Netherlands in initiating the delivery of the Panzerhaubitze 2000, and we are grateful. Thank you again. We are grateful for you for such great decision for Patriot system and other weapons. It's huge, and we remember that the Netherlands were the first to say that the F-16 is not a taboo, and your leadership truly provides results. So let's together provide new ones. And I believe that during my next visit, I believe I will have it. Of course, if you will invite. Yes, after this meeting. Yes, I think so, yes. Though I will be able also only to thank you the way I do it today. And I believe that Ukrainians and all of Europeans will be able to thank you in particular for the bringing the peace closer and for saved lives, saved by joint actions as we've already seen. May we never forget all men and women, children, adults whose lives were taken away by wars. And glory to every hero who fights for life to win now. Thank you very much for your attention, for your support. Thank you. Slava Ukraini.